Bing bongy bong, bing bongy bong. This is Joe, the bearded historian. He'll tell you an interesting story. Be careful of his soldiers, they can be brats. This is Angel, she's an entity. She'll cause chaos and plant her hands at you. This is Sue, she likes spirits, not the alcohol. She's the reason this channel exists. This is David, he likes fire trucks. He's here occasionally. Bing bongy bong, bing bongy bong, bing bongy bong. We preserve his story. Welcome to Monday. Today's video is a very special event that we went to this weekend. Custer, South Dakota, turned 150 and they had a special event. And so we went and checked it out. Now, the second part does kind of cut off a little bit quickly. The history walk kind of got cut short because we could barely hear the guy and because it started raining. So hopefully you enjoy what we were able to capture. But before all that, we have a race. I've chosen a pogo race because why not? Ready? Here we go. Shout out time. Here's a shout out just for you. You support me, so I support you. This shout out is for our friends. Let's see who it is today. Okay, we've got there's the Eats, there's Strong Mind, there's Jody, there's Ford. There's Nuts, there's Cruise Nuts, there's Black Beauty, Mindful, Big Ben, Carnival, Brad. Let's see, who else do you see? There's Travis, there's Miss Casey, there's Sheena. I'll wait for some more people to come up from the back here. There's Stays. Let's see, there's Mike's Garden, Popcorn, Ian, Steph, RC, Days, I think it was Black Beauty. Hang on a minute. Nope, it was Ian. Hold on a minute. Okay, so this is Ian Watts with 3 K subscribers, Diary of a Composer. And as you can see, there's some tributes, some sports, some martial arts. We'll get some shorts, but no lives. So this is mostly music. It's quick. Performing a piano, other musical instruments. This is mostly a musical channel. So check them out. Like, share, comment, and have a good day.
150th birthday party. So I'm Deborah Hannigan. I'm the director of the museum. I'm almost a year on the job now, so I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm going to talk just for a little bit, and then I'll turn it over to the mayor. And so I just wanted to thank everyone for coming, and I particularly want to thank some of our special guests who have made this day even better than it was originally going to be. We have a couple of local authors who have written some wonderful books about the history of people and events in our area. We have Paul Morstead here with his books for sale if you're interested. We have a fantastic book about the 1874 Custer expedition into the Pike Hills. We have David Wolfe here, who's written some wonderful books about the gold rush and Seth Bullock. And I understand Linnea Sundstrom is also here. And so she's got a couple of really good things available about Custer City. So thank you for coming and being part of this. If you are interested in historic type wet plate photograph, we also have Dave Rambo, who can make you look like you're from the 1880s, 1890s with his wet plate photography. He is set up on the grass outside the back of the museum. We're also making available some of the vintage clothing that we have in our vintage clothing clothing collection, so if you want to dress up for a photograph, you are more than welcome to do so. So he's here for the rest of the afternoon, as are our authors. I want to thank the birthday committee who worked hard over the last 6 months to make this happen, and that committee was myself, the president of the Historical Society Board of Directors, Tim Swanson, Nina Nelson from the City Council, and Tessa Billings, also from the City Council. So thank you very much for all your help. And I see some of the members, Board of Directors of the Historical Society are also here. Thank you for coming. I won't make you stand up. But thank you. We did invite our District 30 legislators, so in case I missed them, I guess not. Rain kept them out. Okay. And then our other special guest here in a moment.
Oh wow, it is really raining now.
Okay, so I just want to describe, we put a couple of things out just for this event that I'm going to very briefly describe. And they're historic items that go back to that era of the establishment of the city and the decades afterwards. We have a couple of photographs of Sylvan Lake and the hotel that was at Sylvan Lake in the 1890s and 1901. We have a photograph of the Garlock family, who were one of the founding members here, that were movers and shakers in the town, but also very generous in the town, which sort of set this standard, I think, for the people who live here, because the people who are here now are just like those people. We have in our Delmer Brown Memorial Library the guest register. We have some of the books guest register from the Kleeman House, which was a hotel from the 1880s until about 1925. And I have the guest register open on a page in September 1886 when Buffalo Bill signed into the Kleeman House as a guest. So that guest register is very interesting for the people that stayed here. We've had some notable and interesting people that stayed here. And I'd also note, for some reason, the aristocracy of Europe were enamored of the idea of the American West in that era, which is one reason Buffalo Bill was so popular. And he traveled to Europe with his show. We also have in our guest register on the later page, which isn't open, a couple of aristocracy from France. We have a count and a baron who stayed in the Queen House in 1886 or 1887. Last two things here on the front up here. So, back in the day, folks were invited to homestead. And you had to be on your property, and you had to improve your property, and you had to improve up over a period of about 5 years. And what is interesting, we have found in our collection, once people had finished their homestead period and officially proved up their property, they had to file paperwork with the federal government to get title to their land. The title documents were signed by the President of the United States. And so we have 5 of them up here. These are reproductions signed by Benjamin Harris, Grover Cleveland, Theodore Roosevelt, and Woodrow Wilson. And then the last thing I'll say is, so the miners on August 10, 1875 established Custer City, drew a plaque on a piece of birch bark, which unfortunately didn't survive. And the 10,000 who were in Custer in that summer disappeared by the next summer thanks to the gold rush up in Deadwood. I think the population of Custer City went from about 15,000 to like 14. By 1880, the population was back up to about 400. And I think the people who lived here were extremely optimistic about their future, because when this building was built in 1881, the population was still only about 400 people. But in 1880, the people who lived here decided they wanted to incorporate as a municipality. And you can't just name yourself when you're a town. You're recognized by the government. There's a financial and legal paperwork process you have to go through. And they did that. Took some time. They raised $1,000 to file the paperwork in 1882. In 1883, that paperwork got to the federal government, and the president at that time, Chester Arthur, signed a town site patent for Custer City. So it's 1883. The next year, 1884, that paperwork had come here and was at the Register of Deeds in this building, actually. And so we have a copy of the town site patent for Custer City from 1885 up here also. So when you have an opportunity, please take a look at the things that we have. Okay, last thing. Once the mayor speaks and he draws a raffle ticket for this beautiful quilt, king-size quilt that Daniel Phelps donated to the museum for this purpose, we'll have some cake and ice cream. And then afterwards, we have some activities for kids or adults if you're interested. And all 3 floors of the museum, we have arrowheads hidden in all the rooms. And so the kids are invited to go find the arrowheads. And assuming that the rain stops afterwards, at the 12-mile stagecoach stop cabin behind the museum, kids can go get, if they're interested, a medicine bag or make a bag on a stick. We're also going to have a little historic walk available at 3:30. Just here downtown Custer, we've identified 8 buildings that have interesting histories with event or people associated with them. And also, Doc, one of our board members, will make ice cream out back the old-fashioned way for those interested in ice cream making demonstration. And then I would just also note, Select a Gift is doing a fundraising out on our lawn, and they'll have raffles all afternoon. South Dakota Outdoor Shop has got 2 musical acts scheduled for this afternoon, Hannah Honors and Jonathan Jackie, and they've got a food truck back there, and so we have open container on our lawn for the rest of this afternoon. The tables out when we'll be driving, so please enjoy yourself, have some cake, hang out. Okay, so without further ado, I just want to acknowledge Trish Ladner. Thank you for coming to our birthday party today. There she is. Thank you. Okay, back to the mayor.
Just so everyone knows, about a week and a half ago, I came over here and met with Rick and Deb on putting air conditioning in here. We could use some right now. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. I consider it an honor and a privilege to be the mayor of this town. Today you'll be learning how this town came about, what it's gone through over the years to get to where we are. I'm going to say a little bit more about where we're heading and what we're doing in the future, and the rest of them are going to tell you what we've done in the past. For those that don't know, Custer is the highest elevation of any city in South Dakota. We're at 5,318 feet. We have 1,987 residents approximately. We are rated in the top 5 in the state for tourism revenue, which is pretty good for being such a small community. And a few of the projects that we are currently working on, the city council has sent out requests for proposals for a new community center here in town. And we already have a master plan made up, and we are putting out for a master plan for the final phases of Harbaugh Park. And for those that don't know, there's a little hole on the west side of town that we call West Dam, but that's been kind of a staple in our community since about 1942 is when it was built. And that was taken away from us back in 2012, and we are in the process of getting that back. Our town has a hospital, a clinic, assisted living, and a nursing home. So it has all the amenities of some of the bigger cities. And that is about what I've got for that. And right now, I would like to read to you a proclamation from the desk of the mayor. And I will start with the city of Custer City, from the desk of the mayor, the executive proclamation. Whereas 151 years ago, the discovery of gold drew a group of folks with an entrepreneurial spirit to pursue their fortune in the Black Hills. And whereas 150 years ago, the city of Custer got its start thanks to miners, loggers, ranchers, and families who worked hard and looked out for each other. And whereas, over the years, Custer has been shaped by tough jobs and tougher people, those who make a living from the land, dug deep, raised families, and persevered through good times and bad. And whereas today we take time to look back, honor how far we have come, and tip our hats to the generations who built Custer from the ground up. And whereas the city of Custer invites everyone to join in the celebration of this 150th anniversary with events that honor our heritage and inspire the generations to come. Therefore, be it resolved that I, Robert Brown, Mayor of City of Custer City, South Dakota, do hereby proclaim August 10, 2025 as Custer City's 150th birthday. Thank you everyone for coming out today.
Okay, so enjoy your afternoon. If you'd like cake, you can come up here. We also have some gluten-free cupcakes for those who need it. You can have cake and ice cream, or ice cream. And we have lemonade and water available here also.
What about the raffle?
Whoops.
Grab.
Okay, the winner is Bob Tesh.
Just talk of things. So what are you thinking, Mr. Bud?
We'll go talk to a couple ghosts. It'd be rude not to say something to them now. All the energy in this place right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. They are buzzed.
Oh, look at the cakes.
Very cute. Remind me of that.
Happy birthday, Custer. We got a chocolate one and a white one just for you.
Right?
What you do just a super hat.
Yeah. So you could do something like that easily.
Yeah.
That's a vest. I don't know about the bands,
Yeah, that's what the deal there is.
but the white button-down shirt and the vest, and then your hat. We'd have to probably get a different feather for your hat,
Right. And I got those small red ones.
or you could do something like that.
Didn't they say they had some? Oh, that's just it. Dress up for the photographs. Got it.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe
That's
ask
the
them.
where they
Right,
get there,
exactly
yeah.
what I was about to say.
You made the paper.
I'm debating getting into line, just sitting here, or coming back later.
I'd sit here for a few more moments so I don't get run over. But then once they're done, we'll hop in line and Custer dude looks impressive though.
He is very impressive. But yeah, that's kind of my thought is you could ask them where they get their stuff. Since we could also ask the other photo shops in town if they're open.
Right.
The fact that you have a lead on a couple is good.
Right.
I just want something that is going to last a couple of years. You know, if you just spend $200 or $300, but you can wear it for 3 or 5 years.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
You know, we can wear it to different places.
Yeah.
Like I told Angel, I'm not opposed to.
Originally, when this town in 1875, they started the town out west with Bear Rock, and across from the golf course from the dam there, and they started.
That's where I'll show his.
The town there.
I said I'll share his.
Still
Didn't
mine.
work out when they come down here. And then
Probably
they
eventually.
here. And then at first, they called it Stonewall. And then they decided to give Mr. Custer credit for it. And then for the courthouse, they had to decide where to put it. And they had two choices where to put this courthouse. And one was on going up 5th Street there where the motel is. That was one place they wanted to build the building. And the other one was here. And so they decided, they made a decision to do it here. And then they got on it and were real serious about getting it done and building it. And they built it in a record time. They built it. They had a north of town 8 miles. They had the soil was right for making bricks. So they set up a brick factory there and they started making bricks just as fast as they could make them. Bringing them down here and put them in the building. And the main building was built in 1881. It started late of the 1880s. And they said by Christmas they had structures building up where they could have a little Christmas party in the apartments there. In 1915 they added on the 2 additions on each end. They say the 2 additions cost as much as the whole building did. So inflation was already hitting them, you know, cost of building and everything. But they made a beautiful building, and they were having trouble with the gutters up there, but they built the drains into the roof, into the water drains into the gutters so you can't see them. And we're going to have to, some places where it's getting bad, we're going to have to fix it. This was used as a courthouse for even before it became a state territory yet. So they need governing to go on, have sheriffs and stuff like that. And I guess it include a little bit about the law enforcement. They started right away with hiring sheriffs, and well, it's kind of interesting story was that Horatio Ross had found the gold out here in this town in 1874. He came back 2 years later, and he tried to mine, and he went broke mining. So then he came into town, and he got a job as a deputy sheriff, and he didn't have a place to live, so they let him use the basement. And when there wasn't prisoners, he could sleep on the cot in the jail. Downstairs in there, and when there was a prisoner, he had to have a cot out there in the hallway. And strange as it was, that's where he died.
Oh, he
They
died.
come one there morning, and he was dead.
Oh dear.
1904. And so they carted him up here to the top of the hill, dug a hole, buried him. But the thing was, being broke, he didn't have a plot. So the Way Park over here, Henry Way, was named after him. Henry Way worked in this museum, and he says, "Here, Mr. Ross, you can have this one next to me." So if you go up the cemetery, you'll find Henry Way's marker here, and it's a petrified tree, and right next to it is Horatio Ross's grave. And it's kind of made out of cement, and it's looked like before the cement got dry, they scratched his name into it, and the date he died. It's a very interesting story, but
Where's the cemetery?
just you go up the hill, going out north towards Hill City, and just on the left, and you get put at the top. And there's a lot of people that dignitaries, still people that have businesses here that are buried there, and they inherited some bodies at one time, because out east of town was Boot Hill, and they had people buried there in the very beginning, and they decided that they better remove them and put them in a regular cemetery. So maybe today yet they may have missed one or two out there in the cemetery. Anything else, Rick?
I think so. You guys got any questions?
Yeah, okay, questions about?
Fire away. Next one is just the outdoors.
Yeah, right down here. So here, let's just move down there and
His voice is so soft. They should have given him a microphone.
Yeah, he could have.
That's so fun.
This is a early building too. 1894. Airlock built it mainly for kind of an entertainment center. Yeah. Used it a lot for opera house. Things like that. Yeah. And they had the, later on it became a movie theater. I can remember as a little boy, my mother went in there looking for some of the family, and we walked down in there when the movie was going on. It was Green Grass, Wyoming was the name of the movie. So that was early 50s or late 40s. But, kind of interesting. There was we got the floors always in there tapered down so that you could see the floor tapered down so that you could view the theater or what was going on down there. And when the business changed to a business, they built a kind of a pizza place here, and they
He's got a
found
soft
under the
voice.
floor when they started moving wood around and doing things, they found stacks of the toasters they used to hang out in front of the movie. And they found stacks of them and they used them for shims under the boards. But it's been here a long time and it's still in good shape being used. Anything else? 1931 to 49.
41 to 49. That's all I got.
The corner down here, that building, that was a lot of different things. There's still a vault in there where there was a banquet room.
Way to keep their good candy.
Kind of cool that they have an arcade.
Yeah. Brand new.
Kind of thought so. Oh, sorry. Do we have to choose? Why can't we have both? Let's have both.
No, we're up here for the these are up. Okay, good project. Yeah.
sorry.
Bring your buffalo in. And the little pictures, they just pictures of the buffalo in there. Okay. That's the highlight.
Oh, I caught was buffalo, so you caught more than I did. You're all right, Mr. Bud?
Top out be like much closer than me.
Yeah, this was not very well planned out.
Yeah. Should have given the guy a mic or something.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that it happened to fall in one of the busiest, loudest times of year.
Right. The motorcycles aren't helping it either.
Like I said, that they can't control.
Right.
The rest they could. Interesting.
So well, you keep things current. There we go.
Well, we can cut it whenever you want to. It's up to you.
Well, since we got this sheet, I can read off the stuff while you videotape it too.
Yeah. Like I said, we can. I've got 15 minutes here and 15 minutes with the other two together. Got half an hour.
Okay, let's cut that.